So this is where we ended up. I'm not mad about it.
How can you be with that view? There's a bike track here. Mini golf park.
Toby is absolutely stoked with this place because here is our van.
Swing around.
Shit, I can't see. Here is our van. Oh, I can't see. Still can't see. Anyway. And that's him on a bike track. Probably the happiest kid in the world right now. Got his own little bike track right next to our camp. So this is the unpowered spot, which is ended up being quite fortunate that we're here, because if we were powered, we'd be nowhere near this.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy we go.
Alright guys, we are back in Beechworth and we are going to do this place here. This is the courthouse.
Yep.
Where Ned Kelly was eventually captured and brought to be trialled originally.
Something to do with
like
Ned
that.
Kelly. We'll let you know more after.
We'll find out when we go in there.
Yeah.
But apparently they are some of the most well-preserved Victorian buildings in Victoria. Is that right?
Something like that.
But we're going to go do the tour. It should be good. So we did that little walk around of the courthouse. That was pretty cool. Bit hard to sort of show you a lot of it on camera, but this is what we've been hanging out for. This behind us here is the old Beechworth jail. So I don't know if Ned Kelly was ever in here.
I think he might have been. I think all of this kind of like the courthouse and all of this kind of stuff has links to Ned Kelly. He was here before he was sent to Melbourne.
Yeah, to be hung.
Yeah.
But this is a guided tour, this one, so this will be good. It looks awesome from the photos, so we cannot wait to get in there. We've just got to wait a little bit for our tour to start. But yeah,
Pretty
keen.
exciting.
Break my heart if you want to. Well, I really don't mind. That's how much I want you. Yeah, yeah. I know it's only.
So we couldn't show you much of the museum. They had a little bit of restriction with what you
Jail.
the jail.
We haven't been to the museum, actually.
So we couldn't show you much of the jail. They were a little bit restricted on what you could film in there. So a lot of that's just going to be a bit of a pan through, but definitely worth going along to. That was a fairly good tour, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Lots of information about the Kelly gang and family.
So obviously this area is where the Kelly gang and Ned Kelly in particular are from. So everything's based around it around here. It's quite cool. And you find out a lot more of the story that you just didn't know beforehand.
Yeah. So yeah, we learnt that he was sent to Melbourne for his final hearing because he wouldn't have been convicted by a jury in Beechworth because he was from here and like loved, basically. So yeah, very interesting.
But yes, Beechworth, excellent place.
Yeah, we've loved it. You could just spend hours just wandering the streets, looking at the old buildings, if that's your thing, like it's my thing. maybe it's just me, I don't know.
Alright guys, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a look at our camping spot here at Lake Samble. So we are in the no power, no water section. It's called Lakeview Camp. So there's heaps of caravan powered and water sites over there, over that way. But we had a bit of a look, and to be honest, they're not that nice. Everyone's sort of crammed in with each other. And this area is just a lot more open. It's just nicer, and we have the lake right there, so the kids are going to get the kayaks off a bit later. It's a really nice spot. So second time being off grid, my thoughts. So we have the 200 amp hour lithium EnerDrive setup, so it's just a pre-done board with a 40 amp AC charger, 40 amp DC charger. Lots of people keep saying add a second battery. Now, I wouldn't personally, unless I had more solar. So if I was going to do anything at the moment, I would be putting more solar panels on the roof, which is tricky because of the limited space on our 18-foot van. Now, if you are getting this same van, what I would personally do, so what we did is we opted for an extra panel. So we have 3 180 watt solar panels. Now what I would do, that I've heard other people do as well, is I would swap those 3 panels out for 3 EnerDrive 300 amp hour panels. Now as far as I know, they're similar in size, but they just pump in so much more solar. So that's what I'd be doing. Now, even in saying that, we're doing all right. So it's been a fairly sunny day. There's a bit of cloud coverage at the moment coming over every now and then. Erin is inside editing the videos. The inverter has been on about 50% of today, and that thing is chewing a fair bit of the battery because the laptop using the program that Erin does the editing on is just constantly going. To give you an example, that battery on the laptop will only last an hour running the editing program, you know, compared to hours when it's just you're doing anything else on it. So with all that going, the battery this morning was sitting at about 50%. We are now up to 70%, which doesn't sound great, but we've been chewing a lot of power through the day. And we actually had the inverter on a lot last night uploading the last video. The other thing, the 12 volt fridge, it is fantastic, and I can completely understand why a lot of people are heading towards 12 volt only fridges. Number one, no vents in your van. So we do not have any vents for our fridge, which is fantastic for when we get to dusty areas. That coupled with the Caravan, we should not have any dramas with dust in our van. But in saying that, it draws a lot of power. So through the day, hot days, that compressor, because it's a compressor fridge, is constantly kicking in, and it is drawing a fair bit of power all the time. Now that's fine, but I'm just concerned that on a few very overcast days, we may struggle to get that battery back up to, you know, 100%, which is where I really want it every day as the sun goes down. Now the other thing is we have a solar blanket sitting just there. Now it's just a King's one, and it's only 120 amp, and I'm pretty sure with what most people have said with the King's solar blankets, it's definitely not it's not what it's rated at. They're all right, and I'm glad I've got it, but personally that would probably be the first thing, being sensible with money, that we would upgrade, is get a better solar blanket. And because we can chase the sun with it, got a long cord, makes it nice and easy. But also with the long cord, we're going to get some voltage drop as well. So I would do that. And then if you're looking at getting one of these vans, look into swapping out those solar panels for the EnerDrive 300 amp hour ones. I just think it'd be so much better. I think the 200 amp hour lithium is fine as long as you have enough solar to keep pumping that thing back up. I mean, if we added another 200 amp hour in there, we'd have 400 amp hours of lithium, but it's just going to struggle recharging it. So I don't see the point in having this massive battery bank if you do not have the solar to top it up every day. I think you're just going to keep sitting down low. It's really not worth it. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So I'll just show you this. So Erin's in here, she's editing. The inverter is on, charging the laptop. I can hear the fridge currently running. Oh, did I do that? And even with both those things drawing a lot of power and a couple of fans on, but they draw bugger all, we're still putting in 15 amps. Now that's not amazing, but it's better than it drawing more than it's putting in. So quite happy with that. It will do us for now, but really we just got to get off grid more and more and see how it treats us and whether it's going to be enough. So like I said, more solar first, more battery second. How good is that? 4 o'clock every day. If they're not too busy, they pull out that trailer with the seats in it and they give the kids a ride around the park. That's awesome. Not a lot of places do stuff like that so far that we've seen anyway. So I think that's pretty cool. And the kids are loving it. Come here. Come here. What happened?
We got dragged by a water gun.
What?
They literally grabbed the bucket of water and sprayed it on Max.
What happened?
They grabbed
Attacked us with water!
Is that part of the tour?
Yeah, there was like water guns everywhere, and there was this man with a big bucket of water, and he like...
And it went half on Bella and all on Max. Max was like soaked.
Well, lucky you didn't have your bloody phone.
Yeah.
So we've decided to stay another 2 nights in Beechworth. Did a little drive around yesterday while Erin was editing with the kids, and we found this bloody awesome spot. It is called Beechworth Gorge or Beechworth Cascades. I think it's got 2 separate names, but it's this amazing waterfall running down the big rocks. It's part of the Beechworth Scenic Drive, or the Gorge Scenic Drive rather, as I'm driving into it looking at the sign. But this looks amazing.
Yeah, Alex showed me a photo yesterday and we both just went, let's stay a little bit longer.
We've got another sunny day today. We are going to go sit in the water. It is hot. It's something over 30 degrees right now.
Yep.
But yeah, there's more stuff to see. So just even doing this little scenic drive, we thought, bloody hell, we're missing out on heaps if we go.
Yeah, we've already kind of driven past a couple more places that we want to just stop and have a look at. But it's a beautiful town. I could live here if I could afford it. It's probably super expensive.
Well, that's what we're going to say about everywhere we like.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice though. Like, not in a hurry to leave because it's just got such a good vibe about it. And I actually did the asylum tour, ghost tour last night, so that was pretty cool. Fortunately, you weren't allowed to film very much in there, but I might try and like pop some photos in or something here and give you a bit of a look. But yeah, that was awesome.
And I didn't do it because I'm not an idiot.
I didn't die, so...
I don't even like scary movies, so there's no way you're dragging me to some haunted asylum at night. Nah.
It wasn't that scary. Like, there was only one moment that I heard shuffling in the room behind me where I knew that there was no people.
Mate,
and we've heard a couple of noises and stuff.
I was scared looking at the photos you were showing me.
It definitely was a creepy place, but yeah. Couldn't get into any day tours, so it was awesome to at least get in on the night. Sorry, Alex is making me show you something.
Oh, no, it's not going to fit in like that. It's not going to look very good. Anyway, I'll show you. No.
It's a giant boulder. But yes. Anyways, let's get down to this creek and have a look, hey?
Check this out. How good does this look? Wonder if it's cold. Toby, see if the water's cold.
Not that cold.
No? Oh, yeah, it's alright. Water's actually pretty damn nice. It's about 30 degrees right now. Outside, obviously. This, eh? What a spot to just come chill.
Such a tough life.
No, I'm so glad I drove past this yesterday because it wasn't really on our radar and we were leaving and I just went, nope.
We're not leaving.
We're not. We're coming back here and I'm stoked to be here. Oh, that's a sauce.
When waterfall jumping goes wrong, huh?
Well, that was awesome. We spent a good probably 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, probably just over 3 hours, yeah.
You can spend all day there.
Yeah,
Such a good spot. You can just keep exploring.
Yeah. Did have a couple of hiccups along the way.
It's very slippery, so the kids are going to go over. I went over a couple of times. It's just going to happen, but you know.
Part of exploring, really, I guess.
They're all good though. They made it through it.
Resilience building.
So if you want to know where this is, go to Beechmere. Beechmere? Why do I keep saying Beechmere?
I don't know.
Go to Beechworth, not Beechmere. It's so far away. So go to Beechworth, take the Gorge tourist drive, I think it's called. And just follow it until you see the bridge. It's only one little bridge, you've got to drive over it because it's one way. And look left and right. Awesome. Heaps of swimming areas.
Yeah, so cool.
Tell you what, the more we drive around this town, the more stuff we find, and
I'm just obsessed with it.
Blown away with it.
Obsessed with this town.
So literally just driving around what I would call the outskirts, and it's the original facade from the old hospital here.
Yeah, so it used to be the only hospital in between Melbourne and Goulburn.
1850s this was built. That's incredible.
Yeah, so it's so mad that just the front is still here though.
Yeah,
at the
but
same time.
they kept the facade because they used the rest of it for buildings within the township. Because World War II was it two or one? I can't remember.
But there was a shortage of like building supplies, so they've used whatever they could to rebuild other things.
Quite amazing.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, I think this. Come here at night and that'll be your haunted tour. There's no sign or anything that says what this is. It's like there was a sign there at one stage, but it's just all open for anyone to walk into. And it's a strange setup because it's a really old hut, but inside's, you know, fairly modern compared to the outside. Yeah, strange.